Shall we start? Welcome. It's so great to see you here, and thank you for coming to the Why Design Now conference, hosted by GE and the Cooper-Hewitt National Design Museum. You know, it's interesting how design seems to be on a surge. It's like surfing. Everybody's recognizing the fact that design problems are bigger, and the context is changing, and it seems that those horrible things that hurt your head, problems that are too difficult to deal with by normal methods, the process of design seems to suddenly be recognized as helping to solve them. And I think we're going to hear a lot about that today. We're going to hear about health and energy and those really difficult, complicated things. And we have a wonderful selection of people to talk to you about them. Did you know that there's this lovely little app that you can download and have on your iPhone, which is called Why Design Now? It's actually called, if you go to the App Store and you put in Design Space Now, then you can find that free app. So you can, everything about what we're doing today is up there. Also, we've got live streaming happening both on Core 77 and on the Smithsonian's Cooper-Hewitt Design website. So we're going to be out there in the ether. And if you're a Twitterer, please join the conversation. Use the entry hash design now, no space for that, design now, all one word. And send questions, comments, put up ideas. We're going to have a big Twitter wall, so it'll be great to have you participate in that. My first role here is to introduce Beth Comstock. And, you know, it's such a thrill for us to have her looking after this whole event. I mean, without her, of course, we wouldn't be here. She's the CMO and SVP at GE, CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, SVP Senior Vice President. An incredible job. I mean, she has to do this all over the world with this enormous company. But she finds the time and the energy to come to us and help us put this thing together. So it's fantastic that she's here. You know, she's a person who's put together this platform at GE called Eco-Imagination, which is really about the greening stuff, and also Health Imagination, which is trying to help people with the complexities of health today. She came from a previous background with NBC Universal, and there she did lots of really interesting things, including managing to get the formation of Hulu.com and Peacock Equity, and acquiring iVillage.com. So she's come through sort of media and communications to become the chief marketing officer of this great organization. And also, we're thrilled that she's a trustee of the Smithsonian's Cooper-Hewitt Design Museum, so we see her pretty regularly. But you're going to see her now. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks so much. And thanks to all of you for being here on behalf of GE. We're delighted you're here. I don't know how many of you had to swim or take a boat, but good news is you got here. We're really happy to be teamed with the Smithsonian's Cooper-Hewitt National Design Museum on two big important events. One today, a great partner, and also the Triennial, which is at the Cooper-Hewitt right now. And if you haven't seen it, please take out your calendars and mark that you need to go see the Triennial. It's just a fantastic representation of why design matters. So why design now? I think that's a big question we've been asking ourselves. I think a lot of business is understanding that design can help us find our way through some of the change and the speed and the complexity of the world that we live in. We think a lot about design, whether it's products or processes. Also in business, increasingly complicated data and information. And so how do you organize data to make sense of the world? Later this morning, we're going to have an announcement from Adam Bly of Seed about some things that are happening to start to organize some of the world's complexity. We also think about design thinking at GE because it helps you get to the heart of solving big problems. And we think that's our purpose, is to solve some of these big problems like clean technology. Or at least to be part of it. We're not going to solve it all on our own, but to be part of a solution around clean technology, around healthcare, transportation. And speaking of transportation, if you haven't seen it, there's this really fun new Watt station, is what we call it outside. It's actually got its own commercial on TV right now. And it is a plug-in electric vehicle charger that has just been launched, and it's beautiful. It's a work of art, and we're so happy that designer Yves Bahar and his team at Fuse Project designed it. And I think right now we're announcing the part 2 of that, and it's a home charging station. So, you know, if you ever wanted to just kind of charge your car at home or pretend like you're putting in gas, you can now do that with electricity, and it's very exciting. So what we're going to talk about today is design that solves some of these big problems, from healthcare to clean technology and many things along the way. One thing about design, that what designers do so well, is they integrate and they collaborate. And I think as a business person, that's one of the things one of the efforts that we've committed to. We just closed last night something we called our Eco-Imagination Innovation Challenge, which was an open innovation challenge that lasted about 10 weeks, and we invited anyone in the world to submit their ideas for technology that could help fill in what's needed for digital energy, for what you hear as a smart grid. And so we got over 2,000 entries from 85 countries, and we're sorting through them now, but it's exciting to see the passion people have to use design to solve some of these very big problems.